Haynes, and I'll be your host for the night. We're so excited you're here with us. You know, there's a lot going on in the world these days, and we just wanted to highlight some things that, well, let's be honest, made us laugh. So, in the news, we were told there's spiritual warfare over in Iran. Didn't know if you know that, but if you thought you were experiencing spiritual war, nope, you're wrong. It's only in Iran. But enough about that. Did you know that AME and the Kojic have just announced this very special bulletin? According to them, sex is a reality and needs to be dealt with. That's right, they just figured out what every high schooler's learned since the 1960s. Good job, guys! Well, moving right along. You know, in Africa, there's a lot of people helping. We love that. We send people to Africa all the time as well. But, you know, the Pentecosts are pushing prayer, not drugs. You know, we're fond of prayer and drugs. Some people more fond of drugs than prayer, but that's beyond the point. You see, we want both. We think both are good, and we try to tell them that. But unfortunately, we just didn't know the right interpretive dance moves to communicate. You know, you gotta be careful what you tell people at the bar, especially your bartender. You never know when one's gonna become a pope. That's right, the most recent pope used to be a bartender. I feel good about my salvation, and I now can't drink beer. Thanks, Roman Catholic Church. Well, I'm very excited today because we have some special guests. So we'll see you right after this message.
Hello, Edgy community. Pastor Mike here. And I come to you in the middle of December as we're starting this new series, and it's called Fear Not. And most of us have lived in fear most of our life. When you were a child, think about it, you were afraid of dark. You were afraid of being without people. You were afraid of being left alone. You were afraid of all these different things, and we continue to live in fear all the time. Fear keeps us from doing what God has designed us to do. And fear keeps us from doing these precious moments that He has put in front of us, but so often we're afraid to step out and do what God has asked us to do because we are afraid. This series we start the first week with Mary, and Mary is afraid. Mary is scared. She's just been told that she is with child, that she's going to carry the Savior, and that Savior is really coming for all of us. But she doesn't understand that, and it's all about her at that point. And it's all about what the neighbors are going to think. And it's all about the people around her, and she is terrified. And an angel comes down and says, "Fear not, the Lord is with you." And I tell you this is because so often all of us are afraid. We're scared. We don't do what God has asked us to do. We don't follow through on the simple things because we are so afraid of what people are going to think of us, about what's going to happen or what could possibly happen. Instead of going, I'm going to step out and do what God has asked me to do. So this week, I ask you to step out in that fear and invite a neighbor, invite a friend, invite your coworker. Those things that make you feel uncomfortable because you know that you want to bring somebody in and have somebody next to you in church. Because isn't it always better when somebody you know is sitting next to you? When you get to talk about the service afterwards at work and with people around you. Isn't it so much better to be able to have that conversation and not have that fear at work that you're going to show who you really are and what you're really designed to do and the things that you're after? So I ask you, it's time to invite. It's time to start. It's time for us as a church to open our doors and to really show what the meaning of Christmas is and what the real meaning of doing life together is. So step out and do something different, and let's do life together. Thanks, guys. I look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Up next, I'm very excited about these guests. They're personal friends of mine. Welcome on stage, please, Michael and Melissa Words from the Edge Church. Give it up for them. Wave to the crowd. Thank you for coming on the show, Mike. Melissa, it's a pleasure always to have you here. So how you guys doing? So what do you guys talk about this series?
So we talked about lying, we talked about gossip, we talked about anger, and we also talked about lust.
Okay, so pretty much you're telling me I'm going to hell right now. I do all those things all the time.
Well, we call those necessary.
Oh, that's they are. Yeah. Oh, so bad. So moving on from that, so what exactly do you guys talk about? They're necessary. We believe it's necessary. Most of the world believes it's necessary to do those things. What are you guys talking about? I mean, you just said, hey, it's okay to do this.
Well, what we said is that instead of us using these as necessary, we can change our whole thought pattern. And instead of going, well, I have to lie in order to protect people's feelings, I can tell them the truth, and also because I'm going to get caught up in my lie at some point. Or we did, with gossip, or we talked about people and we started talking about whether it was constructive, or are we hurting, or are we taking people and are we giving them correction, or are we helping them grow? And then with lust, the big thing with lust is when you talk about most of us, and as men, some of us have this problem where the internet, has made porn too readily available, and we tend to lust, and we tend to want something that is it's out of our reach.
Melissa, with this series, I mean, he's talking about some hard-hitting facts like porn and pornography and lies. He's on stage probably telling stories about himself, life, your family. How does that make you feel? How do you deal with that?
For the most part, it's fine. I think for us, it was really important for our congregation and for our community to know that we're real just like they are, and we have a lot of the same issues. We make a lot of the same mistakes as they do. So for the most part, I like that he kind of throws us under the bus. We like to live there. Sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. This last series was a little uncomfortable sitting through it 3 times and listening to it, but it's good. I have to say it was really good.
Now, am I under the right assumption that these were online? You guys stream these sermons, right?
We do.
So if you haven't seen the Necessary Sins series, go ahead and watch them online. Where can we find that?
So you can find them on YouTube, or you can find them on our website, which is theedgecommunitychurch.org. And if you just, right on the home page, it says you can watch our past sermons. Click here, and you can get caught up on all of this, the different series that we've done, even prior to the Necessary Sins.
Well, that's super exciting. But, I'm excited about this new series. I think it's called No Fear. Did I get that right?
No, it's Fear Not.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to fire the guy that told me that. So, fear not that you came on the show. Fear not you guys are still married. What are we talking about here?
It's the Christmas tale. It's the beginning of when Mary finds out that she's pregnant, and then she goes, she's afraid, she's scared, she doesn't know what to do, she's afraid that she's going to be stoned or banished, and an angel appears and says, fear not. And then the same thing with Joseph, and Joseph is going, I can't be with this woman, I can't do these, and an angel appears and says, fear not. So, when we look at this, we all live with these different fears, and we live with things that we worry about what people say, we worry about what people are going to think about us, we worry about, I can't go through this, I'm not going to handle this, or I can't do this. These are all things that we shouldn't fear. These are all fear nots.
Wow, that's pretty crazy, especially going this Christmas time, where, I'll be honest, I can fear going to Walmart to buy gifts for kids because I'm going to get stabbed and robbed at the same time. And possibly, we just won't go there. But if you've ever been down to our Walmart, it gets kind of crazy. But this fear not has to do with a lot of dealing with issues in the Christmas story. So let me ask you this, guys. Going into Christmas, how has this message affected your family, your personal lives? Care to either of you comment on that?
Well, you can look
There's
at
a little fear here.
And we've lived most of our life without fear because we know that, we trust in God. So we give, and, a lot of times we put ourselves in the poorhouse because we know that we're giving to our church, and God comes through almost every time that we go, oh, God, what are we going to do? And all of a sudden He just delivers, and He gives to us, and He just takes care of us. And so what really for us is that we've really learned that we don't need to live in fear, that we can just put it on the line, and we can, as long as we're following our faith, we go, God, you're going to take care of us, and we don't have to be in that fear. We don't have to worry about what people think. We don't have to worry about what is this person going to say or what is that person going to say, because we know that we're doing what God has asked us to do.
So, Melissa, here's a great question. We got this Bible story, and if you don't know it, go look it up. It's in the Bible. But this Virgin Mary ends up with child, right? Am I correct in this so far? And back then, if that happened to you, unlike today, you would pretty much die, right? I mean, you get stoned to death, not the good type of stones. We're talking big rocks or something, right?
Yeah.
So being a woman, even today's age, how does this story still relatable? And can you still put yourself there as a woman going, hey, I understand what she's dealing with. Can you relate to that?
I think yes, absolutely, because, I mean, regardless if, even if you think about it in the terms of pregnancy in general, sometimes it's planned and sometimes it's not planned. And when it's not planned, then that's when you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Like for us, Haley was not planned. She was a surprise, and she was an amazing surprise, but she was a surprise. And, at that point in time, things were crazy for us. And, we had just met, so we had just kind of started dating and really getting to know each other. And I got pregnant, and we were like, okay, well, here it is. Let's make it work. We're gonna do this thing. And so, is it relatable? Yes, for me it is, because I was in a position like that where that wasn't planned. It definitely was not, a thought in my mind at that point in time. I was 21 years old, and so I was really young, and so for me, it's kind of inspiring to read the story and to learn about how Mary handled it. And she had faith, and yes, it was scary, and yes, she was like, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into or what I'm getting ready to step into, but she had faith and trusted that the Lord was going to make it all better.
Wow, that's amazing to hear that testimony from you guys, and just to hear kind of a little bit what you guys gone through and how it still relate. It's great to know that the Bible's still relatable, and it's great to know that we have pastors in the United States that actually lived a real life and just haven't grown up perfect. I appreciate that. Last question I have before we move on to other fun, exciting things. Are you guys doing a Christmas service this year?
Absolutely. This series is leading us into Christmas Eve, and we're doing the Christmas Eve service at 7 o'clock here at the Edge. And it's one of those. We finish with Jesus when he tells us that I am with you, fear not.
Wow, what a powerful message. And you want to look that up, Christmas Eve service, right?
That's right.
So Christmas Eve, the 24th. If you have nowhere else to go, check out the Edge Church over on Horizon Drive in Fairfield. Come on out, have a great Christmas Eve service with the Edge. We're looking forward to that. And we'll be right back with you with the top 10 things were people expecting for Christmas. See you guys in a bit.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and I'm the Women's Director here at the Edge Community Church. I'm here today to talk to you about giving and how exciting it can be. Over the last few years, we are so excited to see what we've been able to provide for our community due to your giving. In light of the recent events in the Philippines, we were able to donate 10,000 pounds of food. We've been able to provide over 50,000 Easter eggs. We've been able to reach 5,000 people in our community due to our Halloween event. We have been able to feed over 3,500 seniors this year in our community due to your offering. We've been able to do baptisms. We've been able to put on Christmas events. We have been able to go out and feed the homeless of our community once a month, and hopefully even more often than that due to your giving. So with Christmas and New Year's right around the corner, we want to first thank you for your giving, for assisting us in being a church that reaches this community, this nation, and even around the world. Please continue to support and partner with us, especially as we move into this new and exciting year. If you're new to partnering with us, there are so many ways you can give, and it's all tax deductible. So to give, go to edgecommunitychurch.org and click Give. Or you can text to 707-987-6403. So last but not least, from all of us here at the Edge, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas is quickly approaching. And so what we did together, we threw together, I should say, a little top 10 list of presents that might be found on the tree, top 10 most wanted. So I'm going to read them, and I kind of want your impressions, and some of them were kind of fun. Some surprised even me. I saw a couple of things in here going, wow, the 70s are back. So, top 10, 10 being the least, number 1 being the best. First thing, starting at 10, gift cards from your favorite shop.
Nope.
Nope, don't want it?
Well, it's not that I don't want gift cards. I mean, if you were to buy me a gift, you would buy me a gift card. And I prefer like a Best Buy or something like that, just for anybody out there. But it's very impersonal. You don't know you don't know the person. Why are you buying them a gift? If you have to get them a gift card, you should know them a little better.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
I disagree.
Oh, disagreement in the household. Fight.
The reason
No?
why I disagree is because I'm picky
Okay.
on a lot of stuff. And when it comes to like my 15-year-old, she'd rather just go and buy whatever she wants herself. So I think it depends on who you're buying.
Okay, so there you go. Either way, you can be totally right, totally wrong, depending on the person. Know your customer. 9, the Roku 3. Now this personally, I like. I'm big on streaming media, streaming Netflix. I had an Apple TV. The Roku 3, I believe, is just the same price, $99. Could be wrong. You want to check that online. But it has HD. It has maybe some cool games on it. What about you guys? Roku 3.
So we have a Roku 1, and or actually or 2. We have one of them. And the update on it brought it to where it does the same thing as a Roku 3.
Yeah.
And so save yourself some money and get one for $40 at Sam's Club.
There you go. Save yourself some money. Get a Roku 2. Number 8. This is the one I was like, what? A Furby. Apparently they're back in stock and back in the limelight. I thought these things were stupid when they first came out when I was a kid. But apparently the furry, which is always good and fluffy. What do you guys think? Furbies for your kids? No, yes.
We have, yeah, they're weird, and then we have an 8-year-old that hasn't talked about it at all. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But if you want a Furby, heard they're hot in stores, go ahead and grab one. For us here, it's a no-go. Okay, number 7, nice clothes. Now this is very important. When I say nice clothes, I do not mean, Grandma, that you buy me a turtleneck. What I mean is a suit jacket or some really nice something nice. What about you guys?
Don't buy me a suit jacket. I would never wear it. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe you could, nice clothing. Maybe the other thing I would refer to is maybe they're looking for more of the rock wear, the urban wear, some of the bigger name brands, the Echo, Cut and Sew, and so maybe something like that.
Did you know your husband's a fashion designer?
He is actually. When we first met, yes, for sure.
There's a whole nother story there, and we'll have to get that next time. But moving quite on. Number 6, tablets.
Yes.
Tablets are very powerful. Oh, we got a yes right away from that. A tablet, you got everything from a Galaxy to an art shows to even the iPad out there. They're very, very fashionable. You can get anywhere from under $200 all the way to $700. What about you guys? Obviously, we hear yes already. What about you, Mike?
Well, that's what she wants. Maybe she'll get that. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll have to follow the story. Okay, next up, a new smartphone. If you have a family, this is a great time. Great excuse to give your kids a new phone and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I know 1 year my parents got us a smartphone. They're going to give this to us anyway, so they figured to save themselves a couple $100 and just give it to us then for Christmas. What about you guys? You ever got smartphones for Christmas?
We did last year for our oldest daughter.
Okay.
We got her an iPhone last year,
nice.
and then we took it this year.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Or I should say the Father giveth, the Father taketh away. So it's a great thing if you're a parent to give your child to hold over their head. But the new iPhone 5 is out and the new Samsung Galaxy S4 is out. If you want to go something a little bit cheaper, check out the Samsung Galaxy 3. It's a great price right now. Those are 2 of my favorite phones I'm looking at. Next up, number 4. Surprised it was a little higher on our list, but it just edged out. You'll see here why in a second. But number 4, iPod Shuffle.
I think it's over.
You think it's over? You think the iPod reign is over? Apparently 1-point-something other million people do not agree with you. So if you're an iPod fan or Apple fan, the new iPod Shuffle is out. It's that touchy thing that plays music.
Yeah, I think it's over.
If
I don't know.
If you have a smartphone, you don't need it.
See, that's what I was thinking too. I don't know why you buy one or the other, or you just buy a phone. But hey, some people don't like contracts. But iPod Shuffle's out. Number 3, tied 2 things. Amazon gift cards and iTunes gift cards. Apparently it's a little bit different than just generic gift cards because people like these more. So music and Amazon. Now personally I like Amazon because, let's face it, it's Walmart online on crack. And I love Amazon. Hint, hint. What about you guys? iTunes, Amazon do anything for you?
I've never gotten an Amazon gift card, and iTunes, I think I just give it to my kids.
There you go.
I
Great.
can use that.
Say great for your kids, great for women who love reading books and listening to music. Okay, number 2. This is a really popular item, mostly for kids. The Navi tablet, basically indestructible tablet, starting at $99 for your kids. They're in age ranges, so you want to make sure you get the right one. They have all the way up to the tweens, meaning just before teenagers. If you're looking for a teenager, just go ahead, bite the bullet, buy a real tablet, and hold it over their head. It's wonderful. But if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, something that's virtually indestructible, check out this Navi thing. It's about $99. You guys have heard about this. Let's see Navi ads.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Well, we're buying them, so we're buying both of our children. One is getting the Navi, the junior one, and the other one's getting the Navi Nickelodeon edition.
Oh, great. And they're like freaking foam all around it, right, or something?
Yeah. They've got like it's like a bumper case.
So the thing I like about this is, my household, when we bought gifts, we usually had about a week to 2 weeks before they ended up in Dad's garage where we would then have to fix it. Because we just were clumsy. But with this, they look pretty like they last for at least a good 6 months. So they're like waterproof and all this other stuff, right? So they're great for kids.
Yeah.
So check that out. That's number 2. Number 1 thing people want to see under their tree this year, it is an expensive item. I would love to see one, is a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. 2 of the biggest systems that are out right now, PlayStation 4 being for gamers and an Xbox One being for those who love entertainment, hooks up to your cable, and so you can watch TV and play games at the same time. Best of both worlds. So I'm saying a yes and a no. Obviously, if you have older people, you might want a game system. Younger, maybe not. Are you guys not a game family?
No, we're not a gaming family. I mean, we have game systems at the house, but we're one of these people, we wait.
Okay.
We're not going to go rush and pay $500 for an Xbox One or $400 for a PlayStation 4. When you give it 6 months, they'll both be $100 or $200 cheaper, and then we get them for a birthday for somebody in the middle of the year.
Well, there you have it. Christmas in July for these folks, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's all the time we have. I would like to thank my special guests, Michael and Melissa Wers from the Edge Church. Don't miss out. Check them online, or even check out their church over Horizon Drive, Fairfield, California. Thank you guys for coming on board. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time at Over the Edge. See y'all later.